Start small, but be consistent. The more you practice gratitude, the more you'll find to be thankful for. By Key. In a world that glorifies constant hustle, rest is often undervalued. But without proper rest, both your mind and body will burn out, limiting your potential. When I first started Alibaba, I used to work relentlessly, believing that more hours meant more progress. It didn't take long for me to realize that rest was not a luxury, but a necessity. The mind needs time to recharge and process new information, and the body needs time to recover. Without it, creativity and productivity decline. Rest is not about being lazy. It's about allowing your mind to breathe. It's during those quiet moments, when you're not actively working, that some of the best ideas come to you. For me, it was during a break or a moment of reflection that many of Alibaba's biggest breakthroughs occurred. Rest allows you to come back to your work with fresh eyes and renewed energy, ready to tackle challenges with greater efficiency. Incorporating rest into your routine also helps prevent burnout. If you're constantly pushing without taking time to recharge, eventually your performance will suffer. It's like running a marathon without stopping for water. At some point, you'll collapse. When you allow yourself to rest, whether through sleep, meditation, or simply taking time off, you come back stronger, more focused, and more creative. Rest is also essential for long-term success. Sustainable productivity is not about working harder, but working smarter. That means recognizing when to push forward and when to step back. By respecting the need for rest, you're setting yourself up for a longer, more productive career. When your mind and body are well rested, your ability to innovate and solve problems increases. So, are you giving yourself enough time to rest? It's tempting to push through, thinking that more work equals more progress. But true productivity comes from balance. By giving yourself time to recover, you can achieve much more in the long run. Your body and mind are inseparable, and taking care of both is crucial for achieving long-term success. Physical exercise isn't just about staying fit. It sharpens your focus, enhances your energy, and improves your mental clarity. When I started Alibaba, my schedule was intense and the stress was high. But I realized that if I didn't take care of my health, I couldn't perform at my best. Daily exercise became part of my routine, not just to stay healthy, but to maintain the resilience necessary to lead a growing company. A healthy body supports a healthy mind, and movement is essential for keeping both in balance. Even a short walk or a few minutes of stretching can break up a stressful day and recharge your mental batteries. When you incorporate physical activity into your daily routine, you prepare yourself mentally and physically to tackle challenges with greater clarity. The mind becomes more alert, and decision-making becomes sharper. Exercise also builds resilience. Just like in business, where perseverance is key, physical training teaches you to push through discomfort and keep going even when it's hard. This mental toughness spills over into other areas of life. When I faced some of the toughest decisions in Alibaba's early years, the discipline built through regular exercise helped me stay focused and strong during difficult times. Practicing gratitude may seem simple, but its impact is profound. When you focus on the positives in your life, it shifts your mindset from scarcity to abundance. Early in my career, I faced many rejections and failures. However, I learned that instead of dwelling on what I didn't have, focusing on the things I was grateful for changed everything. It gave me the strength to keep pushing forward even when success seemed distant. Gratitude isn't just about being thankful for the big things. It's about appreciating the small wins, the daily progress, and even the lessons learned from failure. When you cultivate this habit, It transforms how you approach your day. Instead of feeling frustrated or discouraged by setbacks, you begin to see opportunities where others see obstacles. It's a mental shift that changes everything. This practice also creates an open mindset for more opportunities. When you focus on what's going right, more positive things start to happen. I remember the early days of Alibaba when we had no money, no resources, and no one believed in us. But we were grateful for the small steps forward, and that gratitude fueled our drive to keep going. Eventually, that mindset attracted bigger opportunities and opened doors we hadn't expected. Gratitude helps you maintain perspective. In the rush of pursuing success, it's easy to get caught up in the what's next mentality and forget to appreciate where you are. By taking a moment each day to reflect on what you're thankful for, you create a sense of fulfillment that goes beyond external achievements. This internal sense of abundance keeps you grounded and resilient. Ask yourself, what are you grateful for today? Gratitude is more than just a feel-good practice. It's a powerful tool for maintaining emotional resilience and attracting more success into your life.
People often talk about self-respect as if it's some kind of mystery, something you either have or don't. But the truth is, self-respect is something you build brick by brick, decision by decision. And the first brick is self-control. Because if you can't control yourself, how can you trust yourself? And if you can't trust yourself, how can you respect yourself? You can't separate the two. Every time you say you're going to do something and don't follow through, a part of your self-respect cracks. Every time you choose short-term pleasure over long-term purpose, you send a message to yourself, my word doesn't matter. My discipline doesn't matter. My goals don't matter. And over time, that message becomes your belief. Self-control means saying no when it's hard. Not because someone told you to, but because you told yourself to, and you actually listened. That's what creates internal power. That's what builds integrity. The feeling of knowing you could indulge, but you chose not to. Not because you were forced, but because your mission mattered more than the moment. Look at anyone with high self-respect, someone who carries themselves with quiet strength, who doesn't need validation, who keeps their head clear and their standards high. That's not confidence from ego. That's confidence from consistency. They've earned their self-respect by keeping promises to themselves that no one else even saw. Discipline behind closed doors shows up in public self-worth. The workouts you do when no one's watching, the temptations you resist when no one would know, the effort you give when it would be easy to quit. That's where self-respect is forged. It's not about perfection. It's about repetition. Choosing who you want to be over and over again until your identity lines up with your actions. But it's not easy. Everything in this world is designed to test your self-control. Advertisers want your attention. Fast food wants your health. Social media wants your time. And comfort wants your ambition. If you don't take control of your life, someone else will. And you'll wake up one day wondering why you feel so powerless, so distant from the person you thought you'd become. Self-control is freedom. It's the ability to choose your response instead of reacting blindly. It's the space where you take back your power. When you stop giving in to every craving, every excuse, every mood swing, you start to realize how much influence you actually have over your own life. And that realization builds something deeper than pride. It builds respect. The person who can control their mouth when angry, control their schedule when tempted to procrastinate, control their habits when it would be easier to blame the world, that person walks through life with a different energy. Not louder, not flashier, just sharper, steadier, grounded in who they are, not shaken by what the world throws at them. It's not about being rigid. It's about being intentional. You can still enjoy life. You can still relax. But you do it on your terms, not as an escape from responsibility. That's the difference between relief and discipline. One is temporary. The other is transformational. The more you practice self-control, the more you begin to like the person you see in the mirror. Not because they're perfect, but because they're in charge. In conclusion, when you learn to control your mouth, you protect your relationships and your reputation. When you control your mood, you protect your peace and your decisions.
Once you master your emotions, you're better equipped to manage your energy. And that brings us to the foundation of all success, physical health. No matter how ambitious you are, without good health, everything else becomes limited. I've always believed that taking care of your body is the first step toward achieving success. Your body is like a high-performance vehicle. It needs proper fuel and maintenance to function at its best. If you neglect your health, it doesn't matter how big your dreams are. You won't have the energy or stamina to make them a reality. Throughout my career, I made a conscious effort to prioritize my health. I knew that if I didn't take care of myself, I wouldn't be able to lead my company or inspire my team. It's not just about exercising or eating well, though those are important. It's about making health a part of your lifestyle. Simple habits like regular exercise, balanced nutrition, and getting enough sleep can have a profound impact on your energy levels and mental clarity. I've always encouraged my team to make their health a priority. You can't pour from an empty cup, and when you're not feeling your best, your work suffers. Investing in your health isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. If you want to perform at your highest level, you need to treat your body with the respect it deserves. Taking care of your health also has a direct impact on your mindset. When you're physically healthy, you're more resilient, more focused, and more optimistic. You have the energy to tackle challenges head-on and the mental clarity to make better decisions. In the fast-paced world of entrepreneurship, where long hours and stress are the norm, maintaining good health is essential for long-term success. And once you've built a strong foundation of health, the next step is embracing one of the most critical aspects of success, entrepreneurship as a game of love. To me, entrepreneurship isn't just about IQ or EQ. It's about LQ, the love quotient. True entrepreneurs don't just build companies for profit.